Launch control program active. What's up, everybody? My name is Chad. You're watching Downshift Pass, and this is the 2024 Volkswagen Golf R. And that's right, folks. Today I'm reviewing one of my favorite and hottest of the hot hatches, the Golf R. So of course we're going to go over the exterior. This is the body style to get. We're going to go over the interior. So you have so many customizable options here. It's actually really cool. And we're going to take it for a drive. So if that's something you are interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, folks, and what better place to start on the Golf R than, of course, under the hood. Heart of the car here, this is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. In the Golf R, it makes 315 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. And if you know, you know. That means this car does have the dual clutch transmission. You can also get an optional 6-speed, but you won't get as much torque. So definitely something to think about. And of course, it is 4-wheel drive on this vehicle. Let's go ahead and take a look at the styling of the car as well. The Golf R has been out for a few years, so not too much has changed for the 24 model year. The 25 is going to have some changes. So this is the final year, by the way, folks. If you're looking for a manual, this is the body style to get. But of course we have LED everywhere, turn signal, headlight, bright light, daytime running light, all LED. But I wanted to focus up here because this light bar here that runs across the entire vehicle looks really cool, especially at nighttime when you have all the lights on. Do have an R logo up here as well. And then at the bottom, you do have parking sensors across the entire vehicle as well. This car doesn't have a self-parking function. And of course, parking sensors for when you're just parking the vehicle. Now, as we move along to the side here, I just love the stance of this vehicle. And what helps this stance to me are these wheels. They look really nice. This is an optional wheel that you can get. It is 19-inch, 235 in width, and the design of it I think is just really lovely. Even with the brake dust on this one, it still looks really good. Now take a look at those huge brakes back there. Of course, your brake caliper is painted in that La Paz blue that you always see on the R models. They are ventilated, and as you can see in the front, they are cross-drilled. In the rear, they are not, but they are just as impressive stopping power as well as size. So look really good. Now you do have on the front fender here your R logo, and then the satin mirror caps look really awesome. Turn signal as well on the side of the vehicle, and you do have a sunroof on the R. Love that you can finally get a sunroof on the Golf R. For a long time they didn't offer that to US buyers. And as we swing around to the back here, take a look at this very large spoiler they have at the top of the hatch. It is functional and it looks really nice. Third brake light is right up under here. And then of course your tail lights are all LED, turn signal, brake light, reverse light, all LED. You do have your Volkswagen logo here, which acts as a handle for the hatchback. Our logo as well. And as we move along to the bottom, as you can see, you do have a rear diffuser, and then your quad exhaust, which is what this Golf R is known for. Now this quad exhaust is not just a pretty face. Let's go ahead and listen to what she sounds like. All right, I want you guys to do me a favor. Drop down in the comments below and tell me which one was your favorite. Was it the way it sounded when it started? Was it race mode? Was it the special mode, Nürburgring mode? Just drop down and let me know, because I definitely have mine. But folks, let's go ahead and hop into the interior of the Golf R. Now, since I'm back here, I'll go ahead and just start with the hatch. Now, the Golf R becomes a very versatile vehicle when you really need it to be one. So of course, you do have pretty decent cargo room back here as well. I have my book bag back here for scale to kind of show you what you can put back here. Now the seats do fold, and I love that you have 60/40 as well as a ski pass through back here as well. You do have a little bit of storage on the side here, not much, and then of course you have things for your spare tire. Nothing to really show under here other than your subwoofer, which comes with the Harmon Kardon stereo system that this vehicle has. Man, oh man, I was struggling to put that back, but we are back. You do have also a cargo cover here as well to cover your goodies. And then I love that they include a diagram here to show you how to close the hatch without having to touch the vehicle. So you can close it just like that. Now, hopping into the vehicle, of course you can use the key, or you can put your hand behind the handle here, and the doors will unlock, mirrors will unfold, and you have access that way. Or you could just use the key here. Now, of course, you have lock, unlock, as well as a button to unlock just the hatchback and a panic button. Key has some nice heft to it, and then on the rear, you do have the R logo for it as well. So it looks really, really cool. But let's go ahead and hop into the rear of the Golf R. And take a look at this space here. Now, the driver's seat is a little far back because getting out the vehicle, it does do that. But you still have pretty decent space with the seat as far back as it goes. Now, I'm 5'8", so with the seat in my driving position, it's actually pretty good space back here as well. I love that they include two little kind of map pockets here. Perfect place for your phone on either side. And then you do have your traditional map pocket down below. Great space under the seat to put your feet, so when the seat is a little bit more forward, you have plenty of space back here as well. You do have rear air vents. You have heated seats in the rear, guys, and this is tri-zone climate control, so driver, passenger, and the rear passengers have their own temperature control as well, which is pretty amazing. You do have speakers back here as well, and then your door pocket, something small I want to highlight, is lined with felt, so if you were to put anything in here, it's not going to make a lot of rattling noise or anything. It kind of aids in that luxury feel that you get with the German automobiles. Now, like I said, this is a ski pass-through, but it also has an armrest with two cup holders and a little middle space for something small if you want to put it there. Has great squishiness here. It's just an overall really comfortable vehicle. I'm quite impressed with the interior quality in the rear. Now, the front seat, kind of the same story. Let's take a look at it first before we hop on in. Now, these seats, of course, are exclusive to the Golf R. You do have your R logo back here as well. No, I'm good. Thank you, I appreciate it. There's some kind people in the world. She asked if I needed a jump. But of course you have your, where was I? Oh, the blue seats. You do have blue in the seats as well. And then you do have a blue outline. No adjustable headrest, which is something that I was kind of surprised to see, but not something I personally miss. But let's go ahead and hop inside. The hood is up. That's probably why she asked, do I need a jump? And get the Golf R started. So of course you just put your foot on the brake, start button here, and the car roars to life. Now you do have your two different screens here, both highly customizable screens. The car always starts in sport mode, and that's why you see the blue here. If you want to change the different drive modes, you have an R button here, which is going to go ahead and, as you'll see, pull up on the screen here, where you can change into comfort, sport, and then you have your different race modes and drift mode, special mode, that's the Nürburgring mode, or you could customize really anything on this car. It's a highly customizable vehicle, and that's what I love. If you want to change anything in your gauge cluster here, you do everything on the right hand side of the steering wheel is how you do it. All your menu buttons here, if you press view, it shows different views. So that's going to be, as you can see, the map back here. If I press it again, you see it's the full map, very Audi-esque. And then if I press it again, it goes to pretty much, this will be your drive mode if you're in automatic driving. There's another one. There's another one. All right, and that's the one that it starts on. So you have so many customizable options here. It's actually really, really cool. This is my favorite one where you can kind of see the whole map here. Of course, you do have really nice large paddle shifters here to control that DSG transmission. And then on the left side is going to be where you control all of your cruise control functionalities here. Nice Volkswagen in the middle, our logo at the bottom. Now, the one thing I did have to get used to is going to be this little panel here. This is for the headlights, but once you learn how to use it, it's really simple. And honestly, if you keep it in auto, you touch it once, never have to touch it again. You do have your controls for your front and rear defroster on this side, but then you also have it in the infotainment screen as well. A lot of redundancy you'll start to notice in this vehicle. Now, moving on to the infotainment screen, again, it's well, it does have Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, and it is wireless. This is my Samsung phone here. I just click Android Auto, boom, it pops up. Very simple to control. You do have heated as well as cooled seats in the Golf R, so heated and cooled in the front and just heated in the rear. If you want to control anything in the screen, you do have buttons for it. So you could click climate, it'll pull up your climate screen, or go back to it. If you click mode down there, that's how you get to your different drive modes here. We'll put it in special and listen. I don't know if it's coming through, but if you click mode, you can control your different modes here. If you want to control anything with the parking, it does have self parking like I told you. You click that button, and then assist is for all your safety functions here. Honestly, a lot of people harp on it, but I promise you guys, once you use it once or twice, you get really, really used to it. You do have buttons here as well for the climate controls. They are not lit. A lot of people complain about that, but I mean, you control your volume here. It's just, you have so many different options, so it's really not the big deal that people are making it out to be. 2 USB-C ports down here, almost hidden, but they are there. You do have a wireless charging pad down there as well. And this is your transmission lever. As you can see, park is a button if you want to control drive, foot on the brake, and you just bring it back to drive. If you want to put it in sport, you do it again. Neutral is up, reverse is all the way up. Now, speaking of reverse, of course, it does have a rear view camera as well as parking sensors. Quality is not the best, but it definitely gets the job done. It makes it a wide screen view here as well, and you can control the colors and temperature and all of that. As we move a little further down, you do have 2 cup holders, a 12-volt charger here. There we go, 12-volt charger, and then you do have some storage down there. Now, of course, you do have your glove compartment here. It is damped, not lined with felt, which is strange because door pockets up front, if you were listening in the rear, are lined with felt. So if you throw anything in there, it's going to be pretty nice and quiet. Harmon Kardon speakers in this vehicle, and then if you want to control the sunroof, there is a touch panel almost. You just kind of swipe back. Lights are also touch control, and the sunroof goes all the way back over the vehicle to give it that nice sporty look. But as far as the interior space, guys, that is pretty much it. This is a really comfortable place. It's definitely worth the price. I really, really enjoy this vehicle, but let me show you why I really enjoy it, folks. Let's go for a drive. All right, folks, setting out here in the Golf R. Now, the vehicle does start in sport mode. That's the mode that we are in. And I'm just gonna take off here. It's a beautiful, beautiful handler. But let's go ahead and try to do a launch really quickly. Now, I love the launch control is so simple. You do have an R button here. If you push that, it's going to put the car into the race mode. You want to cut ESC off, which I already done. And all you do is put your foot on the brake, gas on the throttle, launch control program active, release the brake, and hold on. There are those great brakes. This car pulls like a freight train. I love it. And I love that the launch control is just so easy to get into. You know, some cars make it so complicated. As long as you have that ESC off, which you could do a shortcut for, then you'll be able to put the car into the launch control program. You know, one of my favorite things about driving this car that I discovered is it's really like a Jekyll and Hyde situation here. I'm going to go ahead, press mode, which is right down here. So simple. Put it into its comfort setting, and the car just quiets down so much. It becomes so serene, so much more mundane. It really turns into a Volkswagen Rabbit. Even the turbo is not just on ready. So if you mash the gas, as you can see, it takes some time before the downshift happens and before the turbo spools up. And while we're in comfort mode, let's talk about some of the comfort settings. Now, again, this car does have heated seats as well as cooled seats in the front, which I love. But I did not mention, it does have a heated steering wheel as well, which feels really, really good. And you do have 3 levels, see it's showing right there in the middle, 3 level heated steering wheel as well. So I really enjoy that. Leather wrap steering wheel feels really, really good. Seat comfort is all the way there. For it to be a hot hatch, the seats are not so uncomfortable or so tight around you. Looking at you, Focus RS. It's not so tight around you that they make it really uncomfortable to sit in on a daily. This could be a great, great daily driver for anyone. As you can see, getting onto the highway in comfort mode, you have no problems. This is really the preferred method of driving for me in the Golf R. Now, one really neat thing I want to show you is the car's ability to self-drive. It does have self-driving functions with the cruise control. So you just cut the cruise control on, hit the button so travel assist is selected, and then you click set, and there you go. Now, if you want to see what the car is doing, that's what this view button is for. So once you click that, it shows right there in the middle screen where the car is, other cars that are around you, take over steering, as well as how far you have until the car in front of you. So it's really, really neat. It works really, really well. Let's see here. All right. So here's a really good curve. Let's see how it handles it. It is not handling it, but let's see. So far, it works really, really well. Here we go. It caught itself. Congratulations, Volkswagen. You redeemed yourself. And look at how it's just smoothly going into this corner. Now, it will remind you to take over steering, and when it does, you just have to kind of squeeze the steering wheel, which I really appreciate. You don't have to herk it and jerk it like some other cars. You just squeeze the steering wheel, and that is it. So it's a really nice feature, and also a really good time to talk about the audio system. Now, the Golf R comes standard with the Harmon Kardon system. As you saw earlier, it does have a subwoofer in the back and speakers all around the vehicle. Sound quality, we're going to talk about after we listen. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright folks, that was the audio test as well as the self-driving functionality of the Golf R. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. I will say, out of every bright spot in this vehicle, that's probably the only kind of a weaker spot I would give it. For the price and some of the sound systems I know Volkswagen can or has created before. Oh, there it goes listening. I feel like it could be a little bit better. Especially, you know, the fender systems that they had for a moment, and then they started creating sound systems with beats, and it just sounded a little bit better than this one, but nothing that would make me not want to buy the car. Now, like I mentioned before, I am in Memphis, and as you can see, road imperfections are aplenty out here, especially on the highway. I do have the car in the comfort setting. Not sure if you can see how much the car is kind of rocking around. Now, if I was to put the car into race mode, it's going to stiffen the suspension up. This does have adaptive suspension, of course. Look at that all-wheel drive, holding tight. Alright folks, I'm rolling into my final thoughts here on the 2024 Volkswagen Golf R. Folks, this is a fun little rocket ship. You will not be disappointed. The one thing I can't stop thinking about for some reason is the Acura Integra Type S. I feel like this is what the Integra Type S thinks that it is, if that makes sense. Thank you so much. What I think it is, as far as like the luxuries go, this has your sunroof, this has, like I said, heated rear seats, tri-zone climate control, actual comfort, actual features, all at a really decent price. The Type R, or excuse me, the Type S is pretty expensive to me for what you get, and it doesn't feel as special. It's something about this car that just has a really special feel, and for that I really appreciate it. So hence the name of this video. As soon as I drove this car one time, I absolutely knew what the title was going to be. And hopefully it makes sense to you too. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I absolutely appreciate you for watching. Definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, so you can be notified when I post more cool content, and I'll be able to get more cool content like this one. But I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.